Maybe they can all say what they want, but they got nothing on you.
Why we feel our prayers are pointless, or ineffective, ignored, frustrating, still struggling, there's no change, or this is the kicker, not the answer I was looking for. Now, can y'all be honest with me for 10 seconds? How many people up here, based on these words right here, agree with this? Anybody prayed, ain't no change, was ineffective, was a waste of time. That is the reality of this thing we call Christianity. Prayer changes things, but when? When is my change coming, God? When is it over? When am I going to stop struggling? When? Answer me. If you don't, I'm going to stop going to church. I'm going to kill myself. These are silent, frustrating prayers. But today, I think I might have found the answer to your question for why prayer is important, and to keep praying, and to keep pushing. Go to Hebrews 11:6 in your brown Bibles, KJV, which is King James Version. We're going to get the answer to why it's worth our voice. This is our answer.
But without faith, it is impossible to please Him.
Isn't what?
Impossible to
Isn't
please
what?
Him. Impossible.
Isn't what?
Impossible
Okay.
to please Him. For he who comes to God must.
You say what?
For he who comes to God.
Who's he?
Oh, God.
Yeah. That's basically, this is what it says. After I do the, because this spoke to me. Basically, that is saying this. Without faith, it is impossible to satisfy God. If we come to God, we must believe that He is the only source to the solution. And if, stipulation, that's why you gotta read the Bible and contracts. If we believe that without doubt, those persistently pursue Him for answers, God will reward one.
Okay.
All right.
Now faith.
What?
Now faith.
Say it again.
Now faith.
Now, say it with some.
Now faith
Now faith.
is the substance.
Hold on, let's stop right there. Because we're going to go old school. Now faith. Now. Today. Right now. This is what faith is. Read.
Is the substance
Substance. We'll figure that out later. Go ahead.
of things hoped for.
Things hoped for. Read.
The evidence of things not seen.
Not seen.
Well,
That means it's not in existence, but it exists in my spirit. Read.
For it by elders obtained a good testimony.
It's for your testimony. As believers, we must exercise this privilege in approaching God in prayer. How many people in here believe? How many people in here struggling a little bit? It's fine. I'm gonna make you a believer today. Anybody in here been rejected? Especially somebody you love. You've been rejected? Oh, everybody's been accepted here. You're experiencing one day. It pains me when y'all come to me and y'all don't really believe I can be your youth pastor. Or if I got word that somebody was talking about me that Carmen really don't know what he's doing, that's a pain. That's rejection. So imagine how God feels when you praying about something and go to your friend. Because when you pray about something, the first thing you do is talk to your friend about it. You don't talk to God about it. So the first thing we gotta do, we gotta change our belief system. Because you're not gonna get your answer in the person next to you. You're gonna get your frustrations out. That's your complaining board. But they offer no solutions whatsoever. They only say, for real, I didn't even know you was going through that, yo. Maybe you should do something about it. His pleasure is to be believed. How many people in here ever been in a situation where you was telling the truth but nobody believed you? How would that make you feel? That's emotional. Anybody else? Frustrated. Anybody else? Miss Thomas.
It makes me feel like all those times that I lied I shouldn't have.
That was it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Any emotion?
This, like,
Sick.
that's
Let's just use. I'll be sick for real, like seriously. But faith is not good enough on its own. Sorry to bust your religious bubble and your theology or whatever you believe in about faith. But faith alone does not just work. I cannot get into heaven just because I came to church every day. My soul saved, but if I want to reap the blessings of God, I got to put some work in. Because faith and work go what? Hand in hand. Faith without what? Is what? Non-existent. It's pointless. I guess what I want to ask you is, what are you after when you pray? Are you after God's hand or heart? It's a deep question, right? Are you just in it for the blessings, or are you in it for the blesser? This is what faith wants. This is why your faith that you're carrying right now is not enough. It was by faith that Abel brought a more acceptable offering to God than Cain did. It was by faith that Noah built a large boat to save his family from the flood. It was by faith that Abraham obeyed God when called him to leave his home and go to another land that God will give him as an inheritance. He went out without knowing where he was going. It was by faith that even Sarah was able to have a child, though she was barren and was too old. She believed that God would keep his promise. It was by faith that Moses, when he was to come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with God's people than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who was invisible. That's God. It was by faith that the people of Israel marched around Jericho for 7 days and the walls came crashing down. It was by faith that Rahab the prostitute was not destroyed with the people in the city who refused to obey God. It was by faith that others subdued kingdoms, broke righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions. It was by faith that some quenched the violence of fire, Shadrach,
Meshach, and Abednego,
right there, escaped the edge of the sword, and out of their weakness they were made strong. This is faith on display. This is why what you may not be doing or believing is not enough. Because how many people go to school every day and people know that you stand for Christ? I mean, know it without a doubt. They don't even come to you with foolishness because, you know, I believe in Jesus and I ain't with all that. Out of everything I've said today, believe and try and God will supply. Out of everything I've said today, believe and try and God will supply. Believe God, try God, and God will supply to show up. If the first thing we did was go to God before we went to our friends, how much bad advice we would avoid giving? How many wrong turns we would stop making? Imagine how much stuff you would just totally skip if you just went to God first. He's the source, right? He's the source of the solution. All that. What if you got on your knees and said, Lord, forgive me. I should honor my father and mother. Because you say they will go well with me all the days of my life. If I just respect my parents, that's one commandment. If I just apply myself in school. If I just looked a little interesting in youth church, how good things will go. I know you sent that light-skinned man who got a part in his head with a curly head for a reason. Lord, let me hear something that will probably change my life. Let me just stop leaning back all the way in the chair, putting my head down, and look just a little interested. Because I know you're using him as a vessel to get through to me today, because I'm being so hard-headed at home. I'm being so hard-headed at school. It's gotta be a reason, Lord. Give me an answer. Show me today. Your prayer should be, show me. That's the best prayer I've ever prayed in my life. Show me. Put this in a place where it's a constant reminder of what you're going for in life, what you're headed to, and also to hold you accountable of what you're going to cost you. Put it somewhere where you can see it every day as a reminder that if I want God to do the work, I got to do my part too. All right? Now clap your hands for this good work.